Why EU's tariffs won't stop Chinese EVs? The European Union's recent decision to impose tariffs on Chinese electric vehicles is making headlines, but will it truly halt the rising tide of China's EV dominance? Accused of unfair subsidies, the EU seeks to level the playing field for European producers. The reality, though, can be far more complicated. Chinese EV producers are ready to break through these obstacles with their strategic worldwide expansion, technological innovation, and cost economy. This action begs important issues about the direction of the automobile sector and the worldwide EV competition. Are taxes a fix or only a stopgap? One thing is abundantly evident as the argument gets more heated. China is driving a seismic change in the balance of power in the electric vehicle market. 1. China's EV manufacturing cost advantage. China's low-cost manufacturing capability has helped it to become a worldwide leader in the electric vehicle EV sector. Chinese manufacturers gain from economies of scale since the country has significantly committed in creating enormous manufacturing capacity. These large-scale processes greatly reduce the cost per unit, which helps Chinese EVs to remain competitive even with tariffs applied. Furthermore, Chinese producers rule the EV supply chain, especially with regard to lithium-ion battery fabrication. Raw minerals including lithium, cobalt, and nickel required for electric vehicles are mostly under control by Chinese businesses. Its dominance helps them to produce batteries, a vital and expensive part of electric vehicles, more reasonably than its worldwide rivals. Chinese manufacturers may aggressively price their EVs for export, preserving an advantage even in areas with strong trade restrictions, while government subsidies help to further lower manufacturing costs. Although European taxes could raise the cost of Chinese electric vehicles, the pricing difference usually still favors Chinese producers. Attracting budget-conscious European consumers, especially as the region strives for broad EV adoption to meet climate targets, depends on this affordability. 2. Strategic alliances and great home support. The expansion of China's EV sector has been greatly facilitated by the government there. Beijing has made sure its manufacturers have the financial means required to flourish in cutthroat worldwide markets by providing subsidies, tax cuts, and access to low-interest loans. Chinese producers' strong local backing helps them to keep their aggressive pricing policies even in face of obstacles like tariffs. To get above trade restrictions and increase their presence in Europe, Chinese manufacturers are also creating strategic alliances. Businesses such as BYD and NIO have begun developing production plants inside the EU, so they may completely avoid import taxes and yet comply with local laws. Local vehicle manufacture allows Chinese companies to keep their inexpensive rates while building European customer confidence. Furthermore, Chinese manufacturers penetrate into the European market by means of partnerships with European businesses, including joint ventures and technology sharing agreements. These alliances not only help to lessen the effect of tariffs, but also help Chinese firms to be respected and dependable participants in the area. 3. Growing European demand for reasonably costly EVs. The drive for electrification in Europe has generated a market explosion for electric vehicles. Although European companies like Volkswagen and BMW have made great progress toward electric vehicle manufacturing, their emphasis usually rests on luxury and mid-range models. This creates a void in the market for reasonably priced electric vehicles, especially in nations where government incentives for EV purchases are few or non-existent. Chinese automakers are positioned to close this disparity. Affordable EVs loaded with competitive features come from companies including BYD, MG owned by SAIC Motor, and XPeng. These automobiles remain often more reasonably priced than many European substitutes even after considering taxes. Chinese EVs especially appeal to first-time EV purchasers and budget-conscious consumers who value cost over brand reputation because of their pricing advantage. Demand for low-cost EVs is projected to explode as European countries try to phase out internal combustion engines, ICE vehicles. Whether or not tariffs exist, Chinese manufacturers who can provide dependable and reasonably priced models are certain to take a sizable chunk of this growing market. 4th, product quality and technological innovation. Over the past 10 years, Chinese EVs have changed drastically from low-cost, basic models to technologically capable vehicles that challenge those of known manufacturers. Modern technologies including advanced driver assistance systems ADAS, extended range batteries, and creative software features are being included by companies like BYD and NIO. These developments appeal to European buyers who appreciate performance and technology since they make Chinese EVs interesting. For example, although NIO's battery swapping system presents a novel answer to range anxiety, BYD's blade battery technology has set new standards for safety and durability. These developments show that Chinese producers are vying not only on cost, but also on quality and technological competence. Chinese EVs offer often better value for money than their European counterparts. For tech-savvy consumers, high-quality interiors, outstanding performance criteria, and cutting-edge technologies appeal. Tariffs notwithstanding, the improved quality and innovation Chinese electric vehicles provide guarantees their competitiveness in the European market. 5. Growing global market share. Chinese manufacturers have been progressively leaving their mark on global markets, with Europe taking front stage. To raise brand recognition and draw European customers, companies including BYD, NIO, and XPeng have started aggressive marketing initiatives. An increasing dealership network and after-sales service infrastructure complement their efforts and help to build consumer confidence in their products. Chinese manufacturers are also funding European research and development R&D hubs, as well as local production plants. These programs not only help them get around tariffs, but also let them customize their cars to fit the particular tastes and rules of the European market. Chinese brands can obtain credibility and trust by being local, therefore facilitating their competition against established European producers. Diverse EV portfolios help to explain another element driving their worldwide growth. From low-cost city cars to luxury SUVs, Chinese manufacturers provide a large spectrum of models to meet different customer needs. Their adaptability to shifting customer tastes and acquisition of several market niches helps them to maintain their position in Europe even more. 6. Restricted EV manufacturing capacity of Europe. Europe struggles greatly in increasing its capability for EV manufacture, notwithstanding its aggressive climate targets. The fast increase of European EV production has been hampered by supply chain restrictions, high labor costs, and limited availability to important raw materials. This has resulted in a supply-demand mismatch whereby home manufacturers find it difficult to satisfy the rising demand for electric cars. Conversely, Chinese producers are suited to close this void. Their existing manufacturing capacity and effective supply networks enable them to more rapidly and reasonably satisfy Europe's EV needs than local manufacturers. Even with tariffs, the availability of Chinese EVs offers Europe a workable answer to supply problems, especially as the area gets more focused on moving away from internal combustion engines. The fact that the EU depends on imports to reach its electrification goals emphasizes the restrictions of its own industrial capability. Chinese EVs will remain extremely important in satisfying the demand for EVs in Europe, unless European manufacturers can greatly increase their output and cut costs. 7. Customer choice for variability. Chinese manufacturers shine in providing a wide spectrum of EV vehicles. European buyers love diversity and choice in the automobile market. From high-performance SUVs to little city vehicles, Chinese automakers provide choices for almost any kind of buyer. Their vehicles appeal to a broad audience since their variety lets them satisfy a wide range of consumer tastes. Many European companies, on the other hand, concentrate on particular niches or premium areas, therefore restricting the choices open to customers. Chinese manufacturers' wide range of products gives them a competitive advantage, especially in drawing first-time electric vehicle purchasers and those looking for reasonably priced substitutes. This diversity also helps Chinese companies stand out in a saturated market, therefore preserving their relevance even with trade restrictions. Furthermore, Chinese manufacturers are customizing their designs and features to fit the particular needs of European consumers by including local tastes into their cars, so improving their appeal and increase their presence in the market. Ultimately, the EU's tariffs on Chinese electric vehicles are obviously meant to level the playing field in a market going more and more competitive and safeguard home manufacturers. These policies, nevertheless, are unlikely to seriously slow down the expansion of Chinese electric vehicles in Europe. Cost benefits, government backing, technological innovation, and strategic flexibility taken together provide Chinese producers a strong position in the European market. Demand for reasonably priced, high-quality electric vehicles will keep growing as Europe speeds toward electric mobility. Using their resources and experience to negotiate trade restrictions and consumer preferences, Chinese manufacturers are well prepared to satisfy this need. The difficulty for European manufacturers is resolving the cost and production restrictions that have reduced their capacity for competitive ability. Tariffs by themselves won't stop Chinese electric vehicle progress. European manufacturers have to be creative, expand production, and provide competitive prices if they are to thrive in the fast-changing EV scene. The competition to control the direction of electric mobility is far from finished. The next several years will be crucial in identifying which businesses become leaders in this revolutionary sector. Let us know in the comments what you think about why EU's tariffs won't stop Chinese EVs, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more captivating content on our YouTube channel.